Hi. Before we kick off this cost-saving spectacular, I just want to do a meta presentation here. We're going to be acting for you, just so you know. So please take whatever we do here with a grain of salt. It's all fun. It's not going to be serious. The lessons that Steph is going to teach are going to be very serious. But the way Steven and I are going to act is going to be something we've experienced, how we screwed up our cloud migrations. And I'm sure plenty of you did as well. So enjoy the show and yeah, have some fun. So let's bring on Steph. Steph, come on. Applause for her.
Okay, you are here today to learn about cost optimization. What you didn't bargain for is that we're doing a play about this. So we decided to mix things up from your typical breakout session because we know how many you go to. We thought we'd make this a bit more fun, a bit more interactive. So please, like Darko said, bear with us. What we're going to do is we're going to have the story of two engineers and their manager and their journey into migration. However, they don't know anything about cost optimization, pricing, or FinOps. So the lessons they learn, hopefully, you will learn as well and take away into your organizations. So let's kick it off. Here are our two engineers, Darko, Steven, and their manager, Rahul.
Hello, I'm Darko, the developer. I throw code at servers and hope it sticks. So far, everything in our data center is stuck, for better or for worse.
Hello, I am Steven, the script slinger. I'm very enthusiastic about our cloud transition. I've never used the cloud before, but how different could it be to our old data center?
Everyone, I am their manager. And hopefully, with some luck, actually a lot of luck, we will migrate some of our applications to the cloud and see how it goes.
Let's try.
Okay, so Steven, Darko.
That's my name.
We've decided that we're going to migrate all of our applications to the cloud, and we've picked AWS, okay? Of course, it's the best.
Yes.
So I want to get right to it. Let's get it all done quickly, okay? See ya.
So I walk up. Hey, Steven, what's up?
Oh, hey, Darko. How's it going?
Oh, good, good. What are you doing, man?
Well, I'm migrating this rack, this big rack of servers here. I'm migrating this rack of servers to the cloud.
Okay. So how many servers is that?
Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4 per unit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 44. 4 times 44, 168.
So you're moving 168 servers to the cloud?
Yeah, it was so easy. It was like 3 lines of code.
Okay.
I just wrote a for loop, 1 to 168, 168 servers. I printed it out right into the CSV file here. So one IP address that matches with the sticker on the server rack. Okay. It's great.
So how did you know which servers to launch in the cloud? I mean, do they have IBMs in the cloud?
Well, these were slightly older instances, so I picked an M4. And yeah, these were pretty good sized instances at the time. They had 32 cores.
Okay, so you launched 168 servers in the cloud.
Yeah, that was so much faster than racking those instances. Don't you remember like all those brackets and screws? This took like 30 seconds. The cloud is awesome.
Steven, you launched 168 servers in the cloud. What are they doing now?
Right now, nothing. But they're ready for our migration next week. I guess they're getting warmed up.
Okay. So we have this whole storage system. What about storage?
Oh, our storage needs to do I/O. And so let me see what I did here. Yeah, I picked one that looked fast. I/O1, number one. I/O, number one.
Yeah, that must be the
best. I thought that'd be fast.
I'm sure there's no way this is going to backfire.
Hey, guys.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Hey, Steph.
I am your friendly neighborhood solution architect from AWS. My name is Steph, and I just wanted to welcome you to the cloud.
Thank you, Steph.
Now, I see you've provisioned quite a lot of instances. Are you actually using all this capacity right now?
Oh, no. Steven just launched it, just in case.
Well, we want it to be ready, and nothing says ready like 168 idle instances.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So to you guys, what the guys have done here is a classic lift and shift to the cloud, and they provision stuff just in case, like the old school. Now, you guys don't want to do that. We want to make sure that when you do your workloads in the cloud, you create them efficiently. So when you're doing this, there are 3 ways to do this. Number 1, right size. We want you to check the CPU, the memory, the storage you need for your applications, and actually choose an instance type that fits and probably newer than an M4.
That's a good idea.
What's great about this as well is that you can change these right sizing. If you do decide to go smaller or bigger, when you're in the cloud, you can adjust as needed. Number 2, turn things off. The same way as when you left your rooms today, you probably turned off the light. You should have turned off the light. You could do the same with the cloud. So turning off instances, turning off databases is very simple. We have 2 ways in which we recommend doing this. The first is Instant Scheduler, which is a solution AWS created, where all you have to do is tag your resources with the time frame you want to turn them off, and we'll do it for you.
So Steph, we don't have to have 168 servers running all the time?
No.
But how are we? I wanted to lift and shift.
Stop this. None of that, none of that. So you can turn things off, but before you ask, yes, auto-scaling. You can scale things in the cloud. You can grow and scale as you need to. So for scaling, I always recommend people have scaled actions. Just because you have an auto-scaling group does not mean that you are cloud efficient, okay? You can scale down those workloads in auto-scaling groups using scheduled actions in your auto-scaling. And do this at the weekend or in the evenings. None of you should be working on the weekends. I hope none of you are working on the weekends. So turn off those instances. Third and final stuff, delete things. Some of you might have been in the cloud for a while now. You might not be as naive as these guys. So when you do this, you can delete stuff you're no longer using. We really recommend that you kind of clear house as often as possible and review what services you actually need so that you only pay for what you need. Okay, hopefully that was helpful. I'm going to leave you guys to it for a bit longer.
It is. We're going to get started.
Yeah, I think we could probably tighten things up just a bit.
Just a smidgen. So, yeah.
Guys,
Oh, no.
have you seen this bill?
That doesn't look too bad.
Really?
Ooh.
Stephen, what is this?
You know, I felt like Mickey Mouse in Fantasia. I was just, dun, da, 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 start some instances here, I guess I got a bit carried away, and maybe I forgot about a few.
You know Fantasia doesn't end up in a happy ending. You know that.
That's a good point.
I am not happy now, and so I want you guys to look at this and get it fixed right away, okay?
Yes. Stephen, this is bad.
How bad?
Windows Vista bad.
Oh. Should I have a look?
Stephen, what is a metal instance?
Well, I'm not sure. I was browsing the EC2 console, and it looked kind of cool. Like metal instances. I guess I turned on some music and I must have forgot I launched them.
How are we supposed to kind of figure out how much things cost? I mean, it was fun launching them, but how do we know how much a metal instance costs?
I don't know. Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Oh, no, she's back. Steph,
Steph.
what is this?
Guys, how did you choose any of this?
That's a good question. Like I said, I tried to match what we already had. In my mind, I thought we could just recreate exactly what we had over in this rack in the cloud. That was my idea.
Okay, what about storage? Did you plan any of that?
We were doing I/O, so I did I/O1.
I mean, he has a script here. He launched all the servers using Python, so that should be good, no?
Yeah. It's like
Okay.
3 lines of code.
All right, let's go through some ways in which we can improve this. So again, what the guys have done here is when they've moved to the cloud, they didn't know it was their job to think about spend. Now they do.
No, we do.
So a couple of ways in which you can make sure you don't have a bill like that is using something like AWS Pricing Calculator. You can input the specs for resources that you need and get an estimate price. This is really important so that you can plan your budgets and you can understand what your scope is and at least have a plan of what's going to happen in the cloud. Once you get there, we recommend starting off with AWS Cost Explorer. This is a great tool, allows you to group, filter, and get insights into your data, and is the fastest and the simplest option, and it's free. Nice and easy.
Okay, that's good.
But if you want to go a bit more granular, see a bit more information, we recommend enabling the AWS Cost and Usage Report, or the CUR. This gives you resource-level information by the hour, so you can see exactly what you're spending.
We could have done that.
That's a good idea.
Now, what's also really important is you guys monitor these costs. So when you're doing that, you can set up budgets in AWS in the Cost Explorer. These allow you to set a number. If you come even close to that number, you will get alerted. Whereas anomaly detection, any spikes like your weird metal instances, will get alerted. You'll get a notification on that. Okay?
Okay.
Right, now this is up to you guys to track this and monitor it, okay?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Let's monitor. Amazing. So, Stephen, listen. Amazing things. I have to show you something. Remember?
Tell me.
Oh my God, you're gonna love this. Take this out. You know how Steph showed us the cost optimizer thing?
That's right.
Did you know that everything in the cloud is an API call?
Wait, what do you mean by that?
So everything we do in the cloud, all these EC2 instances, even pricing, is an API call, which means
I think I see where you're going with this.
we can build a tool that gives us the proper EC2 instance size. We can take a bunch of metrics, instance types, and shape the proper instance we should use.
Instance recommendations powered by
Machine
learning. Yes.
Yes, machine learning. Generative AI, maybe. I don't know. Yes, that's great.
Yes.
What do we need for that?
Well, I remember I took a machine learning course, and in that course, it's something about sample size. So if we had millions of hours and instances across lots of different workloads, we could come up with some pretty good estimates of which workload runs where, get the best cost.
Yes. Well, so, okay, good. We need a lot of data for that, right?
Yes, millions
Tremendous
of
amounts of data.
We'll get that eventually.
We'll get there. So, okay, we need to build a spec. We need to build an API.
Yes. You know, we have to build an API.
Infrastructure.
Oh, we did learn machine learning, add that to the list.
We need to learn machine learning, of course.
Yep.
We need to add infrastructure. We need to, oh my God, all these things.
You know what? We can name it. I think I've got something. The EC2 Auto Compute Server AI Machine, or EkiSAM. What do you think?
YakiSAM.
YakiSAM.
Yes, I love it. Shall we start working on it?
Yeah, you know, Rahul's been bugging us to get V2 of his app, but this would be a great side project. And how long do you think it'll take us?
Steph told us cost optimization is more important, so we should spend 100% of our time, 40 hours a week on this, and we should get done with YakiSAM in like a couple of months.
This investment of time will pay off eventually.
Exactly.
And it'll be fun.
It's gonna be fun.
Hey, guys.
Oh,
She's back.
hey, Steph.
I couldn't help but overhear your conversation, and I hate to break it to you, this tool already exists.
Oh, does it?
Yes.
Where is it?
Well, we have something called the AWS Compute Optimizer tool.
Better name.
Better name.
Yeah, I think so. So what this tool does is it doesn't even just look at EC2. It looks at auto-scaling groups, Lambda, licenses, and ECS, and provides you with right-sizing recommendations straight away. You don't have to do any of the work.
And how much does this tool cost?
Well, it's actually free. The first version gives you free, and I do recommend using the free one first. It gives you a 14-day look-back period on this.
Hey, Steph. There was an announcement on Sunday. It's 32 days now.
Why do they do this to me? They've changed my thing.
Does it work on all instance types, or does?
Yeah, and everything. We even cover GPU.
That reminds me, Darko, those GPU instances. They look so cool. We can launch a cluster of them.
Stephen, don't even think about it. I have seen those GPU prices. You're not going there.
We'll save GPU.
We'll save GPU for later. Amazing.
Sounds
okay,
good.
so this is amazing. So how do we get started? Is there a premium? What's beyond the free version?
It's brace yourselves. It's
Okay.
Here it comes.
0.0000366 cents an hour.
Okay.
Darko, I don't think YakiSAM can beat that.
I don't think YakiSAM will
Okay,
do that.
maybe we get rid of YakiSAM. So while they get rid of that, why don't I just show you what you can actually do? So we're going to do a quick demo of Compute Optimizer. We haven't used it before.
Don't start without us. I want to see you.
So in my account, this is Compute Optimizer. Nice free tool for you guys to get started. So what I always like to do is showcase how I would go about finding an optimization opportunity in my account. So if I go in here, I can see immediately from the dashboard, I can save a whole $73 in my account. And if I scroll down, I can see different recommendations. You guys were focusing on EC2, so let's have a look at those. Now, when I do this, it will not only give me instances that are over-provisioned, it will also show me ones which are under-provisioned. So you might need to right-size the other way as well as optimize. But let's have a look at one that is under-provisioned. So if I click on the instance, it will immediately give me a recommendation of where I can change, what instance type I can change to save some money. At the moment, we have some with a G. If people don't know what that is, we're going to come back to it later, but maybe I don't care about these Gs. Let's get rid of those.
You know, where did the data for that instance recommendation come from? How did it know?
You beat me to it. So if I scroll down here, it actually provides you with CloudWatch data. Now, what is really important about Commute Optimizer is when I was a customer and what we hear from customers is when you provide a recommendation, you want to see why we gave you that recommendation. So the good thing about this is with CloudWatch data, you can see a lot more information. And you can even see my current and the option in here. So how will it actually affect my utilization? If I go back to the top, I can see lots of different types of instances that I can try using and what the price impact will actually be, as well as things like the performance and the risk involved and the specs. So giving you all this information will enable you to get started quicker.
Does this only support EC2, or can I do like RDS and other instances?
We can do, how about we do some Lambda functions? Let's
Okay.
have a look at that. So if we go back to our dashboard and I scroll down, Lambda.
I don't know what Lambda functions are, but doesn't matter. Okay.
Oh, we'll come back to Lambda functions. Yeah. So when we do this, Lambda, I always like to showcase Lambda because people think it's very cheap. If you don't know what Lambda is, we're going to cover that in a second. But it's really good a way to recommend the sizing and the configuration because often you can add a little bit more storage to it and it'll even be more cost efficient to do that. So this is all well and good. This is all this information in here, very handy. You can have this in every single linked account, and all you need to do is enable this at the organization or at the linked account level, and everybody will get it. It will work for majority of our regions. Always check your regions. But it's very easy and simple to get started. However, I do know from experience as being a developer and an SA that having to log into this tool when you have all loads of different dashboards has been quite annoying. So I wanted to highlight something that maybe people didn't know about Application Manager. So if I go on SSM and I go on Application Manager, which you can find on the left-hand side of this panel, what this will do is it actually connects to my CloudFormation templates, and with a tag, I can actually get cost data based on these. So I know one I'm going to focus on, which is my stressed instance. And if I pop in here, I can see a bunch of different information. I can see monitoring insights, and I can see costs.
Okay. Wow. I love, first of all, stressed instance, my favorite type of instance. Amazing. So you can actually have a look. So is the Compute Optimizer only looking at compute resources in a CloudFormation template or all?
This will cover all of the cost in this section, but when it comes to optimization, something I wanted to highlight was over here on the right-hand side, if I click on cost, I can see my spend. So why I really wanted to drill into this is an EC2 or a Lambda function is just one part of a CloudFormation system sometimes. And so you want to see the whole thing. You don't want to have to go into all different places. So you can do everything that CloudFormation creates.
Darko, now that I'm thinking about it, I used GenAI to write one of our CloudFormation templates, and I don't remember what instance size it chose.
Okay.
So
this is a perfect thing. This is a perfect way to detect those kinds of things.
Okay, perfect.
Amazing.
Thank you.
So what do we do with this?
Okay, so if we scroll down here, we can actually see our recommendations. So if I click into this, oh, wrong way. If I click into the toggle and optimize, what it would do would give me the same recommendations that I can see in Compute Optimizer. And just by maybe ticking option 1, ticking here, I can actually do this optimization right now.
No. We're going to do this properly. A ticket, Jira ticket,
Why would you
change the infrastructure as code, deploy it through a pipeline, test it,
Yep, okay.
and then push it to prod. I like this.
Good plan.
Phew, they passed my test. Okay, so you can do this in the console, okay? You can optimize, hit that button. But if anybody in this room is deploying things in infrastructure as code, please don't do this. You can try this out in non-production workloads, maybe test it, but I always recommend actually making the real change in your infrastructure as code. Otherwise, every day you'll be coming into this portal and making that change. So well done, guys. You passed the test. It was good.
Thank you, Steph.
Awesome.
So should we get going with this thing?
Let's
Get
do it.
started? Awesome, awesome. We're off to optimize. No, don't go.
1 month later.
Hey, Steven. What's going on? I mean, the thing is, I feel like after the compute optimizer, after dashboards and shutting off your 168 servers, I feel like we're fully optimized. What's there to do?
I'm feeling the same way. I mean, we've got Cost Explorer now. We can see how much things are going to cost in advance.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
That's amazing. Yeah, we don't have to be scared of the bill.
No.
We know auto scaling now, so scale stuff we don't use, and
Compute Optimizer.
compute optimized stuff we don't need. We need to optimize.
We're using the right instances at the right. I still kind of think Ekisam would have been cool.
Yeah, true. But
All right, we'll put the back burner.
So what now? What are you gonna do for the rest of your life?
All right. Well, I've got this problem that's been bugging me.
Okay.
We've got that API endpoint.
Okay.
Now, sometimes it runs like 2-3 times an hour. Sometimes it is 1,000 times an hour. Now, I want to pick the right instance. I don't want to over-provision, don't want to make that mistake again.
And you don't want to shut down an instance.
No.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the right size for this could possibly be.
So you need to figure that one out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's one thing. You know, I don't know, do we plan for the worst case, for the average case? That one's really bothering me. What about you? What are you up to?
I need to do what everybody's favorite job is, batching databases. Yes. I have a bunch, you know those PostgreSQL clusters I have? Yeah. Need to go patch them this week. I need to go make some changes, so reboots, all of those fun things. There's a lot of stuff there. It's still running on the cloud, mind you, right? It's in an EC2 instance. It's wonderful. But there's so many things to do. It's such an unmanageable service.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. And
Speaking of services, that was that thing on our to-do list that Rahul was telling us about.
The GPUs.
We need search for our
Search.
we need search for our app. And I was looking at a couple different options.
Okay.
And there's all kinds of different services we could use. But whatever one we pick, we're going to have to manage it for the foreseeable future, right? That's
Sure.
EC2.
Like a database, yeah.
Yeah, you have this service we have to manage. And it is such I'll put it down, it is such a heavy lift to manage this. And it feels like such undifferentiated work. I use this term a lot now, undifferentiated heavy lift.
yes, absolutely.
It's totally normal English. Yes, but I've been using that term a lot. That's what this feels like.
Well, so we need to manage databases, deploy this big old search thingy, which is not going to be fun, and we need to create these things. You talk about something.
That sporadic function.
Function, you call it, right?
What do we do?
I wonder, is there something there exists that can help us optimize that?
Oh, hey, guys.
Oh no.
Hey, Steph.
So, listening to your conversation, eavesdropping again.
Why is she all around? I mean, does she
you got
live
a
here?
microphone.
Does she live here? Okay.
Stephen, that sporadic workload, why don't you try something called Lambda?
Lambda. It must be the jet lag. I'm sorry.
Isn't Seattle in the same time zone as Vegas?
But it's further from the ocean.
Huh?
Sorry, that made sense in my head.
Okay, sure. So, for sporadic workloads, ones that do run on a cron job or low complex code, check out Lambda, use serverless. You don't actually need to use an EC2 for every single thing. Same for you.
What?
You don't need to run EC2s with your database. You can use the managed service.
Ooh.
So check out things like RDS for your managed services. Allow AWS to do all that boring patching and management of it. We can take care of it.
Okay.
Got it.
Can I have a serverless database as well?
Yeah,
There you go.
easy.
Look at that, amazing. Okay.
Seems like less of that
Server.
heavy lifting
Oh, no
that we
servers
don't
to
have to
lift.
do anymore.
You're going to put your back out with all this heavy lifting.
Yes.
So, and finally, OpenSearch. Just wanted to comment on that. You can use OpenSearch for that search functionality, another managed service that will be easy for you to use. The best part of all of this is you can use Graviton for this, based on ARM. Have you guys heard of Graviton?
Yeah, it's the wonderful little ARM CPU, right?
Darko, I don't even know if I've ever used an ARM CPU before.
Look at your laptop, man. Look at your phone. It's all ARM.
Oh, yeah. Good point. That's the M1. Thank you.
So Graviton is a great service that AWS created for the processor, and it gives you on EC2 a 40% price performance. So 20% of that is cheaper than Intel, like for like, and 20% improved performance. I've seen so many customers, especially on managed service, be able to downsize their resources just by moving to Graviton. And all you need to do is change your instance type. You saw earlier I got rid of all those Gs. You can add that back in and try it Graviton. So simple, so easy, cost effective. Honestly, from today, if you guys can go and do one thing, I would move your managed services to Graviton and save instant amounts of money.
Seems like we've got a lot to do.
I think so as well.
Lot.
So a lot. So Stephen, let's go ahead and set up managed services,
All right.
serverless, and do
Let's
this
do it. Type it all out
Graviton
here.
thing. Graviton 4 is launched, by the way, just so you know. Amazing. Okay, I guess.
I need to show you something.
What?
So I was looking at this tool called Trusted Advisor. I thought we had like 5, 10 things on our to-do list.
There's like
There's
127 here. Sorry.
You know, what if there was a tool? I mean, how are we going to get all this done on our own?
I have no idea. There's only 2 of us, man, and I need to work on that Yaki-Sam version 5. I don't want to work on this, man.
You know, what if there was a tool that could get that done for us? You know, what if there was like a Roomba for or not like a robotic vacuum that could wander around, pick up all your idle instances, all your idle resources? What if there's a tool that could do this all for us?
He's behind you.
Hey, guys.
Oh,
Hi, Rahul.
You could use CloudFix.
No.
Okay, now you didn't expect that you would come to a breakout session hosted by CloudFix and not get a demo, right? Guys,
Yes,
do I
yes.
have a demo for you?
Demo, please.
Okay, so CloudFix is a tool that will solve all of these problems that you have, okay? It's really simple. When you log into CloudFix, you see a very, very simple screen. We want you to focus on 3 simple things. The first one is potential savings, which is that big dial up front. When you run a scan with CloudFix on your accounts, it goes and looks at all the different places where there is waste, and it will collect up all the potential savings over there and display it in that one dashboard. The next 2 dials are your metrics. It tells you how much of the savings you have acted on and approved. So please make sure you've got all of them done.
No GPS.
And please remember that all of these potential savings are annualized. So they accrue month over month, week over week. So the last one actually tells you how much you've realized, and that number will keep going up month over month, week over week. That's what you've actually put in the bank. Okay? Now, once you've got that, you can see that the next section is really simple as well. We made it really easy for you to consume this data. The recommendations are all categorized as easy, medium, and advanced. The easy ones are the really trivial ones where you don't have to think about it. They are completely non-disruptive. They're changes that will just, get you the savings. It doesn't cause any disruption in your service. It doesn't need restart of instances. Even ARNs on the resources will not change. So you can close your eyes and just turn them on. They'll start saving you money right away. Okay? The medium ones, you might want to do them once at a time where you're watching it because it might need an instance restart. And the advanced ones require you to do this during a maintenance window because it might cause disruption. So we've tried to make it really easy to make decisions and act on it immediately. Okay, so let's dive into some of the easy ones. You get a list of all the recommendations right there in the dashboard, and all you have to do is click on the recommendations. You go to the Available to Execute tab, and all the instances are right there. You can select all and then hit Execute.
Rahul, I've got a question for you.
Right.
So I'm starting to wrap my head around all this cloud stuff. I was talking to Steph, and she said, don't just give out the root credentials to your AWS account.
Listen to Steph, yeah.
Yeah, that's good advice. How does this make changes into my AWS account if I don't give you the root credentials? I don't want to give you those.
That's absolutely right. You should never, ever give out your root credentials or your AWS keys to the tools to make resource changes. So when you hit Execute, CloudFix takes you to Change Manager. AWS Change Manager is the AWS recommended way of changing resources within your accounts. The reason to use Change Manager is that all the change requests that come into Change Manager have audit trails. You can audit it. You can see who made the changes. Most importantly, You are in charge of approvals within Change Manager, not the tool. The only permissions that CloudFix has is to take change requests and push them into Change Manager. You have to log into Change Manager and then approve them. So it makes sure that you're following AWS best practices about how you make changes to your infrastructure. And it's really that simple.
And Change Manager can be automated. So when you hit approve, an automatic runbook can make those changes.
That's going to make things a lot easier for us.
Exactly. No more clickety click, click, click.
Absolutely.
Well, I saw on the easy list, or there was something about instance resizing.
Yeah.
Now, we just learned about Compute Optimizer. So are we reinventing the wheel here? Are you doing instance resizing and Compute Optimizer? How does that work?
Yaki-Sam.
I think you got to bury Yaki-Sam for a bit. So
All right.
AWS Compute Optimizer does an amazing job of being very conservative in their recommendations. They will make sure that whatever recommendations come up are ones that are safe to execute. And so CloudFix does not reinvent the wheel. It takes the recommendations that come from Compute Optimizer, and the amazing thing from the Sunday announcement is that you can now customize what recommendations Compute Optimizer produces. You can go to the recommendations in Compute Optimizer. You can select what headroom you want in your instances to always be available. Once you configure that, the recommendations that come from Compute Optimizer will then be used by CloudFix to actually implement the transition. So think of these as finders and fixers. Compute Optimizer is actually the finder. It finds the recommendations. And the easy way to implement that fix is CloudFix.
I get it. So Compute Optimizer is doing the recommendations that is then brought to us, and we just click OK, and then it does it? It'll do our instance resizes?
That's basically right. It's really simple.
All right. Well, I've got another question for you. I'm looking at these realized savings. These are realized savings based on what we would have spent on AWS. So this is almost like money out of their bottom line. AWS must be furious at us.
I would vehemently disagree, but Steph, you want to jump in?
Yeah, I'll come back in. So customer obsession, you probably hear us talk about this a lot, and we do really care about you guys, and we want to make sure that the reason we built tools like Compute Optimizer and Trusted Advisor is to make sure that you are creating the most efficient workloads in the cloud. So we want to help. We want to make sure businesses thrive and make sure you optimize as much as possible.
Okay.
Amazing.
Well, I think I have one more. Oh, here's the one I was really meaning to ask. So another thing you told us about was we want to look into serverless. Will CloudFix just rewrite our app into serverless for us? That would be cool.
CloudFix doesn't solve all of your problems. That's where you come in. You guys should be spending your time working on changing code, taking your applications from monoliths to serverless, and doing all of that hard work. That's hard to do. So spend your time doing that. Don't spend your time on all the mundane fixes that have to be done continuously.
Yeah, with the free time we have, we can do Yaki-Sam.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Stop with the, no, stop with
We'll have lots more free time now. Okay, well, how often should someone run this? Is this a once and done, or how does this work?
Okay, so please remember that your cost optimization effort is nonstop. There are multiple variables. Number one is that your developers are constantly updating code, pushing things into production. There are new resources being created all the time. So you're going to have to stay on top of it continuously. So your entire FinOps operation or your cloud optimization, cost optimization exercise is a nonstop exercise, and so is CloudFix. CloudFix runs continuously. The second variable, of course, is that AWS is innovating all the time. The new features, new services are being created all the time. Just in the last 72 hours, we've had, 150 feature announcements, which is pretty remarkable, and you have to stay on top of all of that. What was optimal 3 months ago is probably not the most efficient way to do things today. So you have to stay on top of it, and that's why you need automation to do this at scale.
Well, we can't scale just the two of us, so automation makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely.
How do people get started?
Okay, getting started with CloudFix is really simple, and we'll just bring this up on the screen. So you can visit us at cloudfix.com. Really simple to get started. It's a self-service page. The assessment, you can get started in less than 5 minutes. It is incredibly simple. Once you have the assessment is absolutely free. Okay, we want all of you to know how much waste there is in your account, make it really simple for you to understand that. And once you decide that you want to act on it, you can sign up in the marketplace and get started. So really, really simple to get started. You can also visit us at booth 1529 on the expo floor. There's an amazing team over there, and they'll walk you through what you can do to get started.
One final question. Have you ever scanned an account and you run all your finders and fixtures on it. And at the very end, it says, account perfect, totally optimal, nothing to do here.
Go home.
2 thumbs up.
Yeah.
Definitely a pipe dream. I have never seen that happen for a simple reason, like I just said. That might happen the day AWS stops innovating, and I don't see that happening in any time in the future. So as long as AWS is innovating, there's always going to be new stuff coming up. There's always going to be a more efficient way of doing things. And so you need to stay on top of it. There's always going to be things to fix.
Got it. So it's a moving target, and that's why CloudFix can help keep up with that moving target. We're always going to be there to add more finders and fixtures, help keep you optimal, because what is optimal now, AWS is going to innovate, and then it might not be optimal a few months from now.
Exactly.
Got it.
Thank you. Well, amazing. I think, yeah, go check out CloudFix at the expo floor. What else do we have? Yes, let me give me that. I want to take off my developer Darko hat for a second here and talk to you all a bit. Now, a couple of things we learned today, right? See your spend, right? You may get excited by doing things in the cloud. Remember, everything's an API call. It's so fast. He did it with a CSV file. It's so fast, you want to do things, you want to just build and build because it's so easy, it's basically limitless. But make sure to see your spend. Understand your cost. Use Cost Optimizer. Check out your CloudFormation template. Is going to be too pricey or not. Remember, everything in a cloud can go up and down. It's not like buying a server and just, well, spending the money on it. If you don't need it, shut it down. If you don't need it, delete it. If you don't need it, pause it. You can be elastic in your applications. If you have a spiky workload, the cloud is the perfect place for you. The cloud is, I don't want to say perfect. It's far from perfect. The way we give you the Lego bricks to build your infrastructure is amazing. However, there's so many tools out there, both first-party, third-party, and open-source tools that can help you build things. So from things like Cost Explorer and Compute Optimizer to the wonderful folks from CloudFix. Use the tools at your disposal to make your life easier because, hey, you don't want that bill we just pulled out, right? Finally, we all use the cloud. We've all ran into issues. We all have experiences like this. Check out the community. Check out AWS community builders. Talk to me, your friendly neighborhood developer advocate. Talk to Steph and let us help you make things better. Check out the FinOps community as well. It's a big old thing. And of course, check out your local AWS meetups. It's a great place to learn things and ask questions. And finally, we here, that gentleman, the most amazing Steph, and myself, have a couple of things to talk to you about. I run a live show. If you want to see more of this bald head and the serious jokes I do,
crazy shirts.
Crazy shirts and all that great stuff, you can check out my show on Twitch. It happens every Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific on twitch.tv/AWS. It's called Build on Live. It's basically I build, tinker, break, cry, laugh when I try to build stuff on the cloud. It's great. Join us. It's like a really relaxed show. You can come join the chat, make fun of me, suggest things. It's amazing. What do you guys have?
So we have a live stream called AWS Made Easy. It's every Tuesday at 9 a.m. And we've also started a Friday generative AI hackathon series. One of the things we've been experimenting with is taking all of the transcripts from our previous episodes using AWS Bedrock to build a Rahul bot.
Rahul bot.
So we can query the Rahul bot on cost optimization questions, and it'll give you the answers. We've been building that up over the last couple of weeks, so you can follow along. Now that Bedrock Knowledge Bases is out, we want to use that. The AWS Made Easy live stream, it's really 3 main purposes. We have interviews with AWS folks and other people in the community who are using AWS. We bring them on our show. We just have a lot of fun talking shop. We answer people's questions. So if people can write in, have questions, we have a good discussion. We want it to be like the car talk. If anybody remember that show, the car talk of AWS, just have a good time, have a good discussion. So we have guests, we have interviews, and then, we really enjoy having a good time, sharing our content. And we also rate and review all the AWS announcements.
Yes.
So we rate these announcements on a scale of 1 cloud to 5, try to parse this fire hose of announcements that's coming and figure out what are the best ones to have a look at, what is going to affect you from a cost perspective. We've been doing early morning live streams at 6 a.m., so if you're up early due to the jet lag, please tune in at 6 a.m. We're doing keynote coverage. And finally, Thursday at 4 p.m., we have a great panel of guests to kind of wrap up reInvent. We have Jeff Barr, who he's going to give us an overview of what reInvent was like. We have Rick Ox from Compute Optimizer. We have Lorenzo Winfrey from EC2 Spot, talking about all the auto scaling groups, all the neat things with Spot. And then we have Yuri Prokodio from the Cloud Intelligence Dashboards. So we have a great cost optimization focused panel. So if you're going to go crash in your hotel room around 4 o'clock Thursday, turn us on or just watch it later. Follow us on AWS Made Easy. You can look at the CloudFix LinkedIn or YouTube, Twitch, wherever live content is. We're there.
And finally, my one, the keys to AWS optimization, a show where we share stories, concepts, and solutions to help you unlock your optimization opportunities at AWS. It's on every Thursday as well, twitch.tv/AWS.
It's before my show.
Just before Darko, so you can do a whole thing. And the reason we wanted to mention these is because this has obviously been a very silly, and thank you for bearing with us, production of how to optimize. But we do care about helping you optimize. My job is to help you guys save money, and these resources will really help you do that. And they're on every week, and we always find different tips, whether it ranges from any of the things that we've said today, all the way from using Cost Explorer down to migrating or optimizing with serverless. So we recommend checking those out. Finally, thank you. Again,
thank you so much.
Thank you so much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed it. Feel free to message us LinkedIn.